Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, Gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to be talking to a cross section of military officers again, this time at Lahore, following I addressed a gathering in Islamabad first, then Karachi, and now Lahore. So it is my proud privilege to be talking to you. The subject given to me is the impact of expenditure on military on the economy of Pakistan. I'll take about 10-15 minutes to talk about it. But I'm going to take another angle first of all. First, we have to decide as a nation, do we need the military? Do we need a large military? And the answer that I want to give is certainly yes, we need it. Why do we need it? It is because we have an existential threat. We fought our first war in 1948, then fought another war in 65 and a third war in 1971, where half of our country was broken away from the country. Now, therefore, we suffer from an existential threat. If we do not have a military capability, this existential threat will grow and our future security integrity will again be challenged. In view of this, let me say that we evolved a military strategy in accordance with, as a response to the existential threat. And the military strategy took austerity measures in view. We are a poor country, we cannot afford a large army. Therefore, we adopted a military strategy of minimum defensive deterrence. This we translated into Army, Navy, Air Force, and within the Army into all arms. And this was the force level that we maintained, and this is the force level which is required to be maintained to first of all ensure and guarantee our integrity and security, and also, may I say, guarantee peace. If we do not hold this force, and if we do not have the force to substantiate our strategy of minimum defensive deterrence, let me say with confidence, there will be war, we will be attacked, and we will be disintegrated, God forbid. Therefore, our strategy is absolutely in accordance with the dictates and realities on ground, and the country has to afford this military. Now, however, one does realize that our expenditure obviously on the military is a load on the government. Let us also see how much load is it. I know that there is so much of aspersions cast that Pakistan military consumes all the budget. This is absolute humbug, distortion of facts, misrepresentation of facts. Pakistan's maximum expenditure on its budget is running the government. The expenditure of, I call it establishment cost, cost of governance, cost of all the governments. 32% of our budget goes on that. The second expenditure is on military, all the armed forces of Pakistan, and I think about 17 to 18% of our budget goes on maintaining the armed forces. The last item is hemorrhaging or subsidies given to misperforming government corporations, which also these days is very high. I don't know the exact figures, but in my time, 99 onwards, it was 160 billion rupees. We reduced it to about 50 billion rupees. Coming back on the military, I know that the last year's budget, the total budget was 3,770 billion rupees, and the defense budget is 570 billion rupees. This comes to roughly about 15 or 16% of the budget. So let the nation know, let everyone know, that Pakistan's military does not consume all the budget. It only uses about 16-17% of Pakistan's budget. and that is a compulsion because of our existential threat, and that must be afforded by Pakistan and the people of Pakistan. Secondly, however, realizing that we are in a poor state now, especially where the economy is suffering, and since we have also increased our military potential in the unconventional sphere, we are a nuclear state and a missile state. This is the pride of Pakistan. We are proud of the fact that we are nuclear capable and we have missiles to deliver nuclear weapons. So we take pride in the fact that no external threat can cast an evil eye on Pakistan. Therefore, having the strength in the unconventional, the military men now need to analyze whether we can adopt measures to reduce the armed forces, whether we can further economize to help the government to save money in view of the economic stress that we are facing at this moment. In my time, let me tell you that we had frozen the military budget for 3 years. We didn't increase the military budget. Now we need to see whether, because of our nuclear and military potential, can we reduce the armed forces yet retain our strategy of minimum defensive deterrence. This needs to be analyzed and steps taken. Another thing that I would like to talk of, there are various military systems in the world. Our military system is of maintaining a standing armed forces. This is most expensive. Can we adopt or modify the military system to economize on expenditure? I remember in the 70s, we adopted a system of caderization of units to save money. I will not say that we should adopt that system again, but maybe the military thinkers need to sit down and see whether we can modify our military system to suit the socio-economic conditions of Pakistan at this moment, to reduce expenditure further on the military, but we must never, repeat, never compromise on our strategy of minimum defensive deterrence. Nobody externally should have the potential to disintegrate or damage Pakistan. We must always hold our guards up, and that is what the requirement is. But we should help the country to economize on the military. This is all that I had to say. I think I know that Salman Saab is here to talk to you on the economy of Pakistan. That is a very important subject, and it needs to be analyzed. It needs to be seen. Why has our economy gone down? Why is our GDP only under even 3% today? That has to be seen. But certainly I would like to conclude, it is not the military because of which Pakistan's economy is suffering. That is all that I have to say, gentlemen. It was my privilege to have spoken to all of you. Pakistan, Pahindabad, sabse pehle Pakistan.